Good morning, one and all. Myself, Dr. Rupasri, consultant obstetrician gynecologist, Shrestha Hospital, Hyderabad. So many students have asked me regarding the fetal circulation. Okay, let us see this in a very short time. Okay, so see, this is the placenta. Okay, and this is the umbilical cord. So we all know there is one umbilical vein which carries the oxygenated blood from the placenta to the fetus, and there are two umbilical arteries, okay, which carries the deoxygenated blood to the placenta. So we'll see how the mechanism of fetal circulation is going on. See, from the placenta, what happens is this umbilical vein carries the oxygenated blood. Okay, this enters the fetus at the level of the umbilicus of the fetus. From the umbilicus of the fetus, see, this umbilical vein enters into the left lobe of the liver. Okay, left lobe of the liver. And what happens is in the left lobe, supplying the left lobe of the liver, it mixes with the venous blood of the portal vein. Okay, so this oxygenated blood and this venous blood now slowly passes to the inferior vena cava. This is the inferior vena cava, right? So how it passes from the portal vein to the inferior vena cava is through ductus venosus. This is important MCQ. This is important MCQ in your previous year's questions. So from there, from the inferior vena cava, the blood which is present here, okay, now it enters into the right atrium of the fetal heart. Okay, right atrium of the fetal heart. Almost 75% of the blood which is present in the right atrium of the fetal heart now enters into the left atrium. Okay, how it enters is through the foramen ovale. Okay, from the right atrium, okay, it enters into the left atrium. Okay, so from left atrium, what happens is in the left atrium, the amount of blood which is present in the lungs enters into the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. Okay, these are the pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins. So this amount of blood from the pulmonary veins and from the right atrium now enter into the left ventricle through mitral valve. This is the mitral valve. We all know, okay, the connection between the left atrium and the left ventricle is the mitral valve. Okay, so the blood from the left atrium enters into the left ventricle. From here, what happens is the blood slowly enters into the seer. This is the ascending aorta, this is the arch of aorta, and this is the descending aorta. See, since it is moving up, it is the ascending. Okay, so this is the arch. So ascending aorta, arch of aorta, and the descending aorta. So this is one phase of the cycle going in the fetal circulation. Okay. Now what happens is remaining amount of 25% of blood now through the tricuspid valve enters into the right ventricle. So the amount of blood which is present in the right ventricle now enters into the pulmonary trunk. Okay, enters into the pulmonary trunk. Okay, this is the pulmonary trunk. Okay, but in the fetal life there is high amount of resistance present in the lungs, so the amount of blood which is present in the pulmonary trunk cannot enter into the fetal lung. So what happens, because of a short circuit, that is shunt, the amount of blood which is present in the pulmonary trunk now enters directly into the descending aorta, directly through the descending aorta. How it enters? It enters through the ductus arteriosus. This is also an important previous year's questions. Okay, how it enters is through ductus arteriosus. From there, the blood passes directly into the descending aorta. Okay, and the blood with this deoxygenated blood which is presenting in the descending aorta comes down. Okay, now it enters into the common iliac artery. This is a common iliac artery. This is the right and left common iliac arteries. From there, it enters into the umbilical arteries. Okay. Okay, it enters into the umbilical arteries. From there, again, this amount of deoxygenated blood enters into the placenta. Once again, it is oxygenated and it is ready for recirculation. Okay, it is very simple. Don't think too deep into this. So how the blood passes, where it passes, how much amount it passes, and how it is coming out. Okay, these are the important points in this. Okay, thank you.